and knocks it in front, and that's a corner kick for Canada. Here with only seconds remaining for Luis Garcia and his Colombian team, as Garrett Cush and the Canadians will celebrate the Gold Cup championship here in the Los Angeles Coliseum in 2000. What a way to start the new decade, the new century for Canadian soccer, with the biggest international win they have ever had. Colombia just going through the motions now. And can you imagine what it feels like to be a Canadian soccer player as Peter Pendergast blows the whistle? It's official. Canada, 2000 Gold Cup champions. How does that sound?
Well, an absolutely improbable conclusion to this tournament, but let's say it again. If they had good fortune on their side up to this game, they didn't need it today. Today was simply just a solid performance, full value for the 2-0 victory.
Soccer fans across the country, you can celebrate now. Canada is back on the map in this sport of football. 85th ranked in the world. That will change very soon, and people will be noticing this, and they'll be questioning what's going on in the Canadian soccer program. Well, there's a number of things. One is Holger Osiek. One is more confidence, and another thing is the players that he has found, and players that have been gaining experience in the leagues they're playing in. And my, oh my, what an improvement.
Well, and you can actually see by the Canadian celebrations that they're getting used to this, because when they beat Mexico, they seemed to be more excited than they are right now. So that's a good sign as well.
Let's watch. Great stuff from the Canadian national soccer team. Holger Osiek and his lads, Holger's heroes, some people in the media are calling them now. I don't know about that, but they're certainly some kind of team to watch, and we've had a lot of fun with this tournament, no doubt. Game after game, it just gets better and better. And now this, for Holger Osiek, the German, who was invited to try his luck at coaching Canada 15 months ago, said, okay, why not? Here's a man who has assisted Franz Beckenbauer in Germany, has coached in Turkey, has coached in Japan, thought he'd give it a shot here, and look at what's happened.
Well, it's paid dividends, and what he's brought with him is a discipline that Canada have demonstrated throughout this tournament. They've been able to soak up pressure when they've had to. They've scored on up to this game. They've had few chances, but they've scored when they've needed to. Carlo Corazon has taken his game to another level. We've said earlier, players like Richard Hastings have come out of nowhere, Jeff Clark, Martin Nash, and all of this augurs well. This is a wonderful achievement. What it does augur well for is World Cup qualifying.
Well, and you will get to see this Canadian soccer side a few times this year in Canada. As I said, most of the players will return to their domestic clubs right after this tournament, but there will be a friendly against Trinidad and Tobago at Varsity Stadium in Toronto on May 27th, and then there will be one World Cup qualifying game in June. It's a two-game home-and-home series, and one of those games will be in Canada in June. We're not sure yet of the location, but that will come your way, so keep an eye on that. And then, of course, there'll be a big World Cup qualifying round next fall with games to be played on home soil as well.
And a number of these players will also be participating in Olympic qualifying as well. And if you look at Canada's chances to qualify prior to this Gold Cup achievement, you might have said they'd be in tough against Mexico and the United States. But all of those players that are playing in that Olympic team, benefiting from this experience, they've got to go in there now and they've got to feel they've got a great chance of qualifying for the Sydney Olympics.
Carlo Corazon, 4 goals in this tournament, playing for a 3rd division side, Northampton Town in England. His stock goes up. Edward Di Rosario there in the background did not get into this tournament. Actually, I think he did get in as a substitute at one point, but Holger Osiek is a man who does not smile often, and right now he can't stop. Jason DeVos, the team captain, also the captain of Dundee United, his club side of the Scottish Premier League. Craig Forrest, the most capped goalie ever for Canada now, from West Ham United, who has a starting job, I'm sure, awaiting him back in England with the injury to the #1 keeper at West Ham, Shaka Hislop. Canadian fans, there weren't a whole lot here, but you can see there are some. And now the media onslaught begins for the Canadian players. Something else that they're not all that used to, because they're basically anonymous wherever they go, and maybe that will change.
Well, if they had hoped to creep up on people in World Cup qualifying, that's not going to happen anymore. As a result of this performance throughout the Gold Cup, they've now alerted people that they've got it going and they're a country to be reckoned with when it comes time to qualify for the next World Cup.
Some of the players exchanging jerseys, as you can see. I think I got a glimpse of Paul Fenech there wearing a Colombian jersey as they get set for the trophy presentation here at center field for Canada. Yes, indeed, folks, you're hearing me right. Canada, Gold Cup champions. In the official program for this tournament before it began, Canada was listed as a team that looks very insecure when in possession of the ball and does not look likely to advance beyond the first round. The Canadian players were quite upset, and so was the team management, so was the Canadian Soccer Association, by the way they were portrayed in that program, and that gave them some extra motivation, I'm sure.